Alright guys, here we are. My name's Dealies and today I'm going to be running through a combat tutorial / demonstration in the new open world RPG ELEX. So I'm just going to go through my stats here. So I've played for a little bit. I'm level 13, probably about 20 hours at this point. Put a point into melee weapons and attack strength and heavy punch, and also one into parry, but I don't use parry in this. I only use block. Parry, you have to time it really well, and in this particular, the enemy I fight later, which is the high level enemy, it's a little bit dangerous to do that because it can kill you in 1 or 2 hits. So yeah, so first off I'm just going to be fighting an enemy that is around my level, just with a shield and an axe, which you can get fairly early on. So you could theoretically use these techniques or beat high level enemies very early on. So as you can see with the heavy attack here, which is you press E on the keyboard, he does a shield bash and it has a pretty high chance of knocking them down. And then you normally, what I like to do is follow it with 1 or 2 quick attacks. I mainly only use quick attacks in this, so the highest combos I string together might be 3. Most of the time it's just 2. But yeah, as you can see, I'm doing a reasonable amount of damage to him. And now he's dead, so that was pretty easy. So now we're going to go on to an enemy that is a much higher level and can kill me very quickly. So I'm just going to use my ranged weapon, which is a crossbow, which will do basically no damage to this creature, just to draw him out, so I have a decent place to fight him. I'll shoot him there, so he's aggroed now, so he's going to come down to meet me at the highway. Now in this game, I'm just showing that it's perfectly viable just to use a shield and a one-handed weapon. There's a lot more combat options in this game. You have magic, you can use your jetpack, you can use guns, grenade launchers. You know, there's so much stuff which I haven't even gotten into yet, because I put 20 hours in, but I still feel like I know nothing about the game. I know very little about the game. There's so much more to discover. So what I'm doing here, I'm just backing up slowly, waiting till he just gets in range, then attacking once or twice. Eventually they will try to flank you to come around the side. Always blocking, and it's very similar to Dark Souls, where if you block, your stamina while you're blocking, your stamina doesn't recharge as much. So you'll see the stamina in the top left-hand corner of the screen, and the other bar you really have to keep track of is the combo meter bar in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Now when you string together hits, which is done by basically at the end of every attack, you press the attack button just as that attack ends. So it's a lot to do with timing. But basically, as you can see there, I filled it up to the blue bar, and then a button prompt shows up which says Q, which means I can use my special attack. Now, unfortunately, when using a shield and a one-handed weapon, your special attack isn't, like, it's useful, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. It's basically a 100% knockdown chance shield bash. My normal shield bash, like this one, it'll only work, it doesn't work all the time, but it works enough that I use that. I use that to my advantage. But yeah, they're basically the 2 things you have to keep track of, as well as your health, obviously. In this demonstration, I do not use any health potions, any buffs, any ranged weapons, and I don't. Obviously, I'm only engaging one enemy. If there were 2 of these guys, I don't think I'd be able to do it. I can do it with weaker enemies, It takes some practice to get used to fighting more than one enemy, but you can do it. They tend to flank you. So you really got to draw them into positions where they're all in front of you. And yeah, it takes a bit to get used to, but it is possible. So that attack there, yeah. So that attack where he backs up and he roars, I found the best way so he doesn't break through the block, because for some reason, that must be a heavy attack. He's about to do it now. If you stand still and block, he will break through. But if you move and block, and I think if you're moving to the left or the right, I'd like to move to the left. That's just personal preference. It will not break through. So you kind of it makes it harder for him to break through your stance, basically. And yeah, so we'll see. So I've got about a quarter of his health off after how long? About 2 or 3 minutes. So this is going to take a while. So it's probably going to end up being, this will finish at 20 minutes. But I'm merely just posting this just to show you guys, if you picked up the game, or if you're thinking about picking up the game, so the combat system is actually quite robust. You can do quite a lot with it, even with your basic weapons. It just takes a bit of getting used to, and there's some things which aren't really explained, like the timing of the strikes, and you, as well as, like, you have to have fought the enemies a couple of times. Like this here, me fighting this creature, which is a desert devil, this is my 3rd attempt, because the other 2 I messed up. I got too greedy. It's another thing you shouldn't do, is if you're fighting a tough enemy or that can kill you pretty quickly, don't get greedy and try to do the combos, which, you know, just do 1 or 2 strikes, because they can kill you so quickly. But yeah, it was my third attempt, because I made one mistake and he attacked me twice and then killed me. Connected twice and then killed me, so you have to be really careful. Obviously, if you're using health potions and stuff and jetpacking around and using everything at your disposal, it'll be a lot easier. Especially if you have a companion with you. But I let the companion out as well, just for demonstration purposes. So yeah, using the shield bash again, 2 strikes. Now see, he recovers quite quickly, so that's what you have to be careful of, because I've done that before, where I would shield bash him down, then do 3 strikes, and on the 3rd strike he would attack me, and it would take off like a 1/3 of my health. And I think in this fight, he does actually hit me once, and you'll see how much health it takes off. And it's only a quick attack. It's only his weak attack. 2, zip, quick recovery. He almost got me then, but I was quick enough to pull the shield up again. So yeah, this does look a bit pedantic, a bit workmanlike, but it is. When I was doing this, I was stressing out, because if I don't block at the right time, or if I attack at the wrong time, or if I stuff up a combo, even just a 2-hit combo, your character will kind of slow down, and he has the opportunity to attack, and you can die. So it's super stressful. Even though you don't get a lot of XP, I think this enemy gave me about 100, which you'd be better off fighting 4 spine hounds and getting the same amount, but it not taking you 10 minutes to do it. It is rewarding when you do finally beat him, because you know, oh, I can actually do that. Normally you would just avoid them, like I've said before. So he's a bit under half health now. He's about to do his lunging attack again. Strong attack. 1, 2, 3. Move to the side. Sometimes I can avoid that last attack, which is that bite. Other times I can't, but I have enough stamina that I'll be right. I think when you're moving as well, you're a lot safer. And remember, you can also combat roll as well, which basically is iframe, so you're invincible. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like to do that. You can do it though if you want to, if you prefer to do that. And yeah, it's pretty. it's taking a while. Whoop. He recovered again pretty quickly. And by the way, I should have mentioned this at the start, but I'm playing on the level above normal, so difficult mode. And there's a level above that which is ultra. So it may be a bit more difficult or less difficult for you, depending on what level you're playing on. I mean, for me, this is difficult enough, because you look at how long it's taking to kill him, to kill this creature. 1, 2, move to the side, shield bash. So just find a few strategies that work with an enemy, because they have different move sets, and do them. Try to draw one out at a time using your ranged weapon, or if that's not possible, you may have to resort to using to leading them into other enemies so they fight each other, having a companion, or just avoiding them if you can avoid them. He's only got about a third of his health left. Hasn't hit me yet. I think he hits me pretty soon. I'm either not holding the block button, or can't remember what happened, but I think it was. Yeah, because it's another thing. You have to really watch watch what they're doing, because they don't always attack the same. Like sometimes they'll just attack once, other times they'll attack twice, other times they'll attack 3 times. They might recover really quickly for some reason and then attack you. So you always got to be on guard. They're not 100% predictable. Yeah, see, that was a good example of how to avoid that lunge attack. I missed the last strike and kept a bit of my energy or my stamina, and then shield bash. Shield bash is really good to recover. So if you need to take a health potion or just regain your stamina, very, very useful. Oh yes, he hits me there, and I think I dropped my shield. I dropped my shield slightly. It's difficult to tell when he's moving around because he tends to hold it in front of him, but he moves it slightly. He moves it slightly when you hold the block button down. It's very difficult to tell when he's moving, but normally he'll hold it to his side and then you hold down block and he'll move it in front of him. So you just got to make sure you're pressing that right mouse button down, basically. Because there's not enough visual indicators to... Almost there. It is a long fight. Like I said, normally you wouldn't do this. It's this is just basically for practice. It's actually really good practice to get the grips with the combat system, fighting a high level enemy. So you have to block, you have to use good strategy. Otherwise you will die. And just sticking to not using any health potions, just have one-on-one, have no companion with you, and it's good to try and to get you to like keep you cool and not panic, because these games, I know, like Dark Souls used to stress me out, as well as a lot of other people. Something chronic. It was a very stressful game. I loved it, but yeah, super stressful. But the good thing about this is, in this game, enemies don't respawn. You kill them, they're dead. And they can also be killed by just roaming AI, because the enemies in this, they will move around the game world, they will sleep, they'll drink, they'll hunt, they'll drink, like they go down into the river and I've seen creatures, like a pack of creatures do that. They'll drink at the river and then they'll move on. They'll hunt other creatures. So you could be following some AI and then they'll kill some other enemies for you if they're roaming around, which is pretty cool. I've noticed that with the raptors, with the packs of raptors, they will roam around and hunt, and it's actually pretty cool to watch. So yes, very close to finishing here, to finishing this fight. It's only a few more hits, but like I said, don't get greedy, because if you try to go for a big combo when you're facing an enemy like this, or use your special attack, you're just too open, and they can attack too quickly. The shield bash is so awesome. Come on. Shield bash. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yep. He didn't attack. That was good. He's ended the lunge attack. I know that it seems that when they get to lower health, they do the lunge a lot, or that heavy attack a lot. He'll back up. He'll roar. 2 swipes. Step to the side. Oh, hit me on the last one. Yeah, see, I was about to hit him there, but I'm like, nah, I'm too close. I don't want to lose this. This is for this is for YouTube upload. I cannot stuff this up. Bang. Come on. Must be soon. Shield bash. 1. See, I'm out of when that exclamation mark comes up. Sorry, I can't talk. That means you're low on stamina, so always watch that. Shield bash. It's got to be like 1 more hit. Yeah, this must be it here. Let's see. Boom. Dead. So there you go. Totally possible to do. Oh, I think I've only got, oh no, was that 80 or 100? Not a lot of experience points, but yep, it can totally be done. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. And I will see you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching.